Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Piango, piango, derechito por guardarraya. It's very important that we need to understand about the different symbols that we need to insert in these Patipembas. And these different symbols are the subliminal messages, are the carrier, are that energy which try to keep the balancing of the energy of all the magical ingredients as well as the enfumbi. And I heard so many people talking about the ceremony of the Nkimba, that's to be scratched in Palo Mayombe. That others know them as to be cut in palo. It's known as the Nkimba. In Africa, it's known as Kunjora or Enjora. Basically, many people need to understand what that's supposed to mean. Because once you are scratched, you die symbolically in the world of the living in order to be reborn in the world of the dead. But when we show these symbols, you're gonna see more clearly how this process takes place. Because what many people do not understand, that once the person who has been scratched, actually that person is born also inside of the magical cauldron known as the Nganga. And the magical sticks that surround that Nganga, one of those magical sticks, the spirit of the Enfumbe is gonna choose from one of those sticks. The person who has been scratched gonna be part of it, gonna be born, gonna be influenced by the energy of that magical stick. In other words, that person who is being initiated also gonna become part of one of the magical sticks of that Nganga. That's why you see that, and when this ceremony of the Engejo or Watoko, that is to be scratched in Palo, first ceremony to be introduced in Palo Mayombe, when the year and 21 days get this person that old, this person we call it Pino Nuevo, new pine tree, because actually his spiritual life is attached to one of the magical sticks that belongs to the Nganga. Therefore, in our example here, we describe that this vertical line, we indicate that from one point all the way up is the spiritual growth of this person. Is how this person, if he is a good child and he's obedient to all the rules of Palo Mayombe, he gonna grow inside of the Nganga with strength and power. And the same we say for this vertical line, that actually what we mean is that his knowledge gonna be growing and growing, expanding all the knowledge that he's going to be able to acquire from his godparents. And this is important to understand, because I hear many people saying, oh, in the Kimba, in the ceremony of being a scratch, you get some symbols once you get a scratch, like it looks like a cross. And they say, oh, that's the cross who represent Zambia, or God in the Congo tradition. And they are wrong, because that's not what really represents that symbol who resemble a cross, but it's not a cross. It's the union of these two lines, the growth and the expansion, that when they get together, connected, they form an entity and a spiritual being. It's very simple. That symbol, compare, if we draw here, like a person. That's the same. So actually what the Palero is telling to the spirit, and let's keep this on mind, when we got, let's draw this circle, that means that the past life of this person who has been initiated into the ceremony of Engeyo, once this person is being scratched, it's going to resemble the circle where he's going to be trapped in the world of the dead. That is no other than the Nganga. This is the circle, the transformation. This is, in other words, this is the aura of the spirit of the Mfumbi. And inside of the aura or the spirit of the Mfumbi, that's where this person start to grow up. And once this person start to grow up, then his knowledge in the religion is going to be expanded from one side to the other one until it get connected. And at the end, this is what is known as an entity. And it's inside the circle due to the fact that this person, which is a new pine tree, a pino nuevo, he cannot defend himself. So he's going to be protected by the energy, by the aura of the spirit of the dead. And then that's why we said that this symbol of the connection of the vertical line and the horizontal line, the growth and the expansion all together makes an entity. That's where the Ndundus lives. So that means that the person who has been scratched is going to be part of that world of the Ndundus. Ndundus we already described are the spirits that the Palero use for a specific spell. It goes out, do the spell, but it comes back again to its original place. But in this case, it's going to go back to the Nganga. Because in our days, there are many Paleros who give an Nganga to his godchildren. But then they are so foolish that they just give them the Mfumbi. But they don't put other spirits to assist the main spirit. And those spirits who assist the main spirit are known as the Ndundus. Same way as the Ndokis. The Ndoki we already discussed in a previous chapter, that are spirits who are living on a denial status, who deny to be dead, don't want to be part of that. They want to be living in the other world the same way they were living when they were alive. And that's what this spirit of low frequency which their mind are kept in dark because of the refusal. They refuse to the reality of their existence, that they are not part more of the world of the living. That's what the palero use as its own advantage to control this spirit, this dark spirit, offering them what they used to like when they were alive. And once they give them what they like, then they got their will. And they control this spirit to do as they wish. Because they know this palero, every time they give them what this spirit wants, they're going to be their servant. But I don't know why in our days there are so many paleros complicating the life of many of their practitioners. And I'll give you a better example of what I mean so people understand about how the Nganga function and all these spirits, how they are part of each other and how they know each part and where. Well, very simple. I want to keep it simple. Let's say the Nganga, the magical cauldron, is like a place, like an industrial, like a company who got machines to produce different products. Let's say that's the Nganga. And inside of that company, we got the employees who are going to work, who are going to assemble different packages for these products. Those are the endundos. And then obviously we're going to have a boss. Somebody who want to keep an eye on the floor, how things are running, if they are running smooth. And if somebody doesn't want to do something, well, this boss or supervisor gonna go and they're gonna get into this person until he does or she does what it was supposed to be expected from that person. Well, this supervisor, it will be very similar in our term as what we'll say the enfumbi. And the owner of that place is no one other as the palero. So if you can see how simple, I try to give you an idea of what are the different spirit working on it, on the Nganga, and how they can move, they can flow, and how everybody works around with no so much complication. So please keep it simple. Stop the nonsense of some paleros that sometimes they forget that long time ago they used to be also new practitioners, and when they were new practitioners, they want to teach everything of the religion. Once they get into the level of being tatas or taita, they forget, they got no mercy, and then they are with a bad heart. Stop this foolishness. It's about time that we teach everybody who wants to be in this religion